What's up, fam? Welcome back to the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions, car edition. So glad to have you guys back. These are my Divine Therapy Sessions, and I'm the one and only Eddie, of course. All right, guys, today I just kind of want to do some channeling as well as some stuff that's been coming to me throughout the day, and some stuff that I've been growing through. It's something I'm getting that intuitive nudge to talk about some real stuff, right? Like, cause I know that, like, if I'm going through it and I'm feeling it, and then I got that nudge by you know, I guess my higher self telling me that there's others out there like me that are going through the same thing. So just to connect with you guys, right? I feel like checking in is huge. It's not all gravy, man. It's not all gravy. There's moments, I may, you know, so I always say this, man, we look at social media, we look at, you know, my videos, like, say if you follow me and you follow me on my social media platforms, you'll see that, like, you only see versions of me, right? I always like to show as authentic as possible, but, like, if you ain't gonna get the 100% real thing unless you're around me, right? And so, like, you got to make sure that, like, in your mind you set that criteria, right? Like, you're not getting the full picture. And you see that a lot, right? Because this day and age is different. It ain't like back in the day where, like, if you're gonna go out with a girl or you're gonna be hanging out with your homie or your friend, you gotta meet that person in real life, right? Not in this virtual world. So it's a little different, right? It's changed our dynamic is in humanity. So yeah, so it's a little different this day and age, but it also gives us a false perspective of people too, right? And so, like, I always like to put it out there, my you know, my dirty laundry. I feel like it's cleansing, it's curing, man. It's gonna help you, and that's key, man. That's what I'm gonna do right now, and I want to teach you guys this because I know it would help you too. Is, like, what are you growing through right now? And when we're growing through something, it's helping us to, it's setting us up for something in the future, right? That's gonna be better than what we ever thought it could be, right? Like, your skills are getting honed right now, and in the bigger perspective, you know, God's got something planned for you that you don't even know about. So you just gotta trust the plan. And sometimes, man, it's hard to trust the plan. Damn, it's hard. Hey, yeah, the buzzer is, I got the buzzer on my car because I'm not wearing a seatbelt, but the buzzer is validating what I'm saying, right? 101 on the clock. Dang, it's just crazy, man. Life is beautiful. And I know, as I was going through this period right now where it was angel number 111, so whatever you say, it's gonna manifest, yo. So, like, make sure and ensure that what you're saying to yourself and what you're saying to others, be real sharp. Like, have a eagle's eye on exactly what you're saying, because it's going to come into fruition. And right now, at this time period, it's huge because we're going to be coming out of Mercury retrograde. We got a super, it's the last super full moon of the year, I think. Don't quote me on that. I ain't said. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so, like, supermoon is pretty big too. So if you're manifesting, check out my other videos on manifesting too with the moon, with Mama Luna, because it will help you. It's good to use those energies, right? But what was I saying? Yeah, it's what are you growing through right now? That's the big thing. And I realized that, like, I was holding on and still holding on to some, like, sometimes you can verbalize that you're having issues with somebody or something or a community, and then you can say, like, damn, I'll let this go, it's okay. Like, but, like, somewhere deep down inside you didn't let it go, right? And yeah, man, like, there's, like, 2 or 3 things that, like, have been in the cuts. They've been chilling in the cuts, yo. They've been chilling on the streets. And it's like kind of like a fracture or a break in my aura field, right? And it's, like, leaking out. Those cords are just leaking out. And I know there's people out there right now too, man, that are watching this and like, where are you allowing that energy to go? You know, because it's all energy at the end of the day, and it's unfortunate. Like sometimes we don't even know that's happening, right? Like we got those cords connected to other people, and you just feeding the train, baby. You're feeding people that don't even deserve it. But yeah, like, all right, so a couple things came up for me, man. Like, and I don't want to come out here and hard-nosed bash people or anything like that. So I want to give it from my perspective and where I was at, right? And because it doesn't really matter what the other people were doing, right? All that matters is how it affected me, because I'm the one living in my body, right? Like if they were feeling a certain way, then that's them, then they have to figure out their side of the street, right? Because you could only clean up your side of the street at the end of the day, because I'm the one that has to live with myself every day, right? So, all right, man. So I found this beautiful community, right? And it was a golden opportunity for me, right? Like it was like the first time being introduced to, so like I was already having the spiritual awakening, and yeah, I was already in the process of it, but like it felt like this opportunity fell in my lap, right? And honestly, man, like even before that, like like money, living situation, I could barely rub stuff together, right? Like, so like it meant everything to me, and I gave, and it was giving all I had to, you know, to be there for it, to show up, right? And no one verbalized it, but like maybe I rubbed people the wrong way. I don't know, man. Like I can only go off of what my guides, what my higher self has told me, and I can't. And you know, it's like I don't want to insinuate or speak for other people, because unfortunately even people didn't even come up to me and talk to me about it. So like, let me clarify, because you guys are like, what are you talking about, dog? Yeah, no, so it's a beautiful community, man. Like it introduced me to a whole different way of looking at things, and everything that was in me that made me feel unique and different, which was looked at as a bad thing before, because I always was the black sheep, the oddball, the things that I like and are interested in. Others will be like, what do you do? Like, you're not some philosopher. You're not, well, who do you think you are? You're not Aristotle or Socrates or Plato. And people used to say that to me because it's the concepts that I'm interested in, right? And this community is like, it's at first it like accepted me, right? And I never felt anything like that before, you know. I felt it in like little volumes, like in the army and stuff like that. But for me, it was game changing, and it meant everything for me to succeed at it, right? And yeah, things didn't work out. I ended up leaving, and unfortunately, it's like everything happens for a reason, and I had to go with my own gut on things. That's why I left this community. But it was so hard, because I cared for people in this group, and I felt like I didn't get to speak my truth. I didn't get to, it was like a piece of my life that got stuck there, right? It was stagnant energy, and I didn't get to release that. And I definitely got an opportunity to do so, but I was in my wounds, man. Like I was still, it's like that group wasn't everything either, because my whole life was still going on, right? So like I had issues going on with my family, issues going on with my ex. So there was a lot going on too. So I didn't really have a good perspective on that situation. And there was some other stuff too. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out, right? And a lot of the times we don't speak our truth, and when we even speak it, it's, for me, I didn't feel like I was able to get clarification, and that's unfortunate, you know, because it's like something left unsaid is worse than you even, like if I was sat there, cuss some people out, they cuss me out, we just say, well, I don't like each other, blah, 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 yada, yada. That's at least a completion. I left it open, and that's worse. That's worse in my opinion. Should never do that. And So what did I learn from the situation? You know, like, it's, for me, I think the hardest thing is that, like, it's all I had. You know, that's why I was giving it 120%. And I cared so deeply about it. And I already know that, like, some of those, like, the lady that led that group, like, she's doing good things, man. Like, that's what I want to become. That's what I want to be. And I know I will be. That's what I'm doing right now. But it's like, I envisioned it and saw it going a lot different than what it did. And, you know, I wanted to be able to say that I cared, you know, that I loved that person, that they changed my life, you know what I mean? And, like, I don't want to have animosity about some BS, you know what I mean? And I think the most hurtful thing is hearing the things that were said, you know, like, I think that's what was the most painful thing about it. And I think that I needed it. God put me through it. He didn't put me through it. He gave me that opportunity to stand in my own power. And you know, unfortunately, things go that way, right? People are going to say some nasty things. And they said things that were going to hurt. They did. Like, oh, like, for me, man, like, I deal with alcoholism and obviously trauma. I talk a lot about that on my channel, right? It's something that I resonate with because it's something I went through. But people, which are, when you're in a place of argument or at odds with someone, they're going to bring up the stuff that they think that's going to make the argument stronger for themselves. It's ridiculous. I think the biggest thing that you can do in those processes is separate yourself from it and not engage. And that's the advice that I took, and it worked. To be honest, it worked. It didn't all go bad of what I chose to do, but it was hurtful because, you know, they're talking about me falling off the wagon, and, you know, this community was supposed to be on my side and stuff, you know, and, like, I harbored some deep pain. I might have shown some anger at first and but it wasn't that. It was the pain that, like, I felt, the sadness, right? Because I felt like I lost everything and I had to start over. But what did I find in this? What is the silver lining? And that's what you always got to look at when we're looking at situations, right? Because obviously you can tell even in my voice right now, it's like, it's something that brought me pain. And it's 1043, so angel number 143 or 1043. You might want to look into that angel number. It might be a message directly for you. Hey, man, look, at the end of the day, man, if I know, because some of the people on that community, they watch me, right? Like, and I know that, like, Spirit tells me, and, you know, I know they think that what they think, it is what it is, man. I don't have to sit here and convince anyone of what I am. I know what I am. Angel number 111. Make a wish, man. You're manifesting everything that you are manifesting. There's a portal being open for you right now. The people out there listening to my video, you guys are special. You have grander and bigger things set forth for you. And what you're going through right now, like the pain that I'm talking about right now, is worthy. It's worth it. You have to be battle tested and battle approved before you get to your mission. Because if I didn't go through this stuff, man, I'm not going to be, when I get to the point of where I need to go, if I didn't go through this, I'm going to have to hit it then, and it might be in a place where it won't work out, right? And I might miss opportunities and stuff like that. And that's what we got to remember. So getting back to it, I left things unopened, and I wish I didn't do that. And so, like, I could sit there and say, well, they said this and they did this and blah, 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 blah. None of that matters, right? What is my part and what do I do to fix it? See, that's what's something that has been instilled in me. Where did I go wrong in the situation? For me, is I didn't speak my truth. That's my fault. For me, I didn't stand up for some things that I needed to stand up for months before that scenario happened. I engaged in gossip when I shouldn't have. You see what I'm saying? You have to do this inventory. Otherwise, because hey, look, man, I don't care how spiritual you are, how guru you think you are, enlightened. We all make mistakes, and we continuously make mistakes. We're human, baby. That's the beautiful part about it. I'm human. So I know that, like, I shouldn't have gossiped. And even if you're sitting on a conversation on someone on the phone and you're being nice and you're just saying, oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. But you're still agreeing with it, right? Even if you're not engaging in it, and that's wrong. You should always be in a place where you set boundaries. And that's what's another thing that I teach and that I learned, that boundaries need to be set. Even with people, the whole nice guy act, the whole nice girl act. Yeah, like, yeah, we can get to be nice to people, right? But, like, being nice all the time is not fruitful. It really isn't. And I'm not saying going around being a douche to people, because that's not cool either. You know what I'm saying? But, like, anyways, I'm gonna end that one right there. But so overall, guys, that's something that you might be going through right now with the community, or you may be going through something similar. Watch, like, maybe like you have a family out there that you're having issues with, and or your living situation, right? Or let's say that you are having issues with the drink or with the drug, and you're quiet about it, right? And you're not in a place where you're being the best you, right? You're not living a quality of life. Yeah, like, it may feel good at first to have a couple drinks, and then it starts to build on that, right? At some point, you're not going to feel good about it. And so it's time to start looking at what it is that you're holding on to that's stagnating you or holding you down like a chain, right? That's binding you to where you're at. Because I feel like there's things on this platform of planet Earth that are made for you to bind you to situations, places, and things, and it's not in our best interest, right? So for me, it's like right now, all I'm doing is a fearless and searching moral inventory of myself. It's something that I learned in the beginning of my sobriety, right? And that's why I always say that, like, it doesn't matter how I learned it. Like, everyone, I hear that step in the trauma work, or the healing of the trauma work. Even when when other communities or different psychologists talk about it differently, it's always the same. It's always the same formula, right? Or it looks similar. And one of those things is getting the perspective of so you figure out what the problem is, right? And then you got to find out what is your side, because that's the only side that matters. And then you have to either clean it up and then change the behavior. And when you do that, the process of letting go is imminent. You're gonna let it go. And it's like, possibly maybe I got to go make some calls. I got to call someone and apologize for not making amends is what I'm looking for. And I think maybe why I'm bearing this truth to you guys is it shows you the things that I've learned in action, right? And the brutal honesty needs to happen too, because without honesty, it's off of lies still, right? To the ones that are watching this and you have a little bit of that story of that community, I love you guys, man. I got no qualms. I watch you guys from afar. I talk to some of you still here and there, but hey, you guys are queens. You guys do your thing. Hey, some of you guys are getting it done, man. I love watching you guys. You guys inspire me. Hopefully I inspire you too. I mean, I just got a nudge right now from Spirit, so I know you guys do. Hey, we all got flavor, man. We just all got a different flavor of how we do things, right? But it is what it is. I got no animosity anymore. And just talking about it right now just feels so relieving. I got mad love. I got mad love for that group leader, man. Hey, man, it don't matter like what my opinions are about people, right? But I can call a spade for what a spade is. I believe that person was put in my life to start an awakening, right? To show me a different way. And I got to give credit. And I gave credit before, but I want to make sure that person knows specifically. I don't want to say any names because I don't know if I got permission or whatever, but I would say your name, but I'm speaking directly to you. Sweetheart, you're an amazing person, and I got no animosity. I think that what you do for people is amazing. We all have wounds, and we all get to look at it, right? Beyond that, it's 8:05, so, you know, abundance is yours, abundance is mine. And this is abundant right here, man. Me just telling my truth. It is what it is, right? Whether or not, what everyone thinks about it. I got mad love for you, and I got mad love for the group. Also, all right, so moving on. So I just taught you guys how to go through it. I just did a verbal explanation, right? You even saw me doing it in a teaching manner, which is really great, guys. And that's what I was wondering. I was like, what? Just because you guys, when you talk, however you want to say it, like I talk to spirit guides, right? And they're all day weren't giving me because I have a notion of what I want to talk about, and they're like, no, you're gonna talk about pain today. And I was like, what? Like, that's gonna look weird. It's gonna be embarrassing. They're like, and now I realize you're gonna have to explain the process, and it's gonna be able to, someone out there who just heard this video is gonna be able to hear what I just said and what I did, and by example, you're gonna be able to implement what I just did. Because honestly, guys, this stuff is fruitful. 1919 on the clock. This is for you guys. Check out angel number 1919. That's a message for you directly. Yeah, so man, it's relieving, you guys. At the end of the day, I feel better. My stomach feels better. The light, the backpack that I was wearing, I'm able to release that stuff, right? I think that's all I got. Yeah, man, I think this video is just, you know, about speaking truth, taking an inventory, not holding on to the past, and moving forward, you know? And because when we hold on to the past, that stuff binds us, right? And we're not able to live in the present or be able to look forward to the future, right? That's all I got, you guys. This video is kind of long. I don't apologize because there's so much good stuff in this. I love you guys so much. You guys are infinite human beings. You're limitless. This platform on planet Earth, this isn't it. I mean, it's it right now. You're being battle tested, right? Battle tested, battle approved. But what God is making for you in the future is grand. There is an afterlife, and that's when life begins. There is no difference between life and death. Those are cycles. And know that what you do today and what you're going to do today is not going to only impact your future, but it'll impact your afterlife. You are golden. You are loved. You're light. Start to look inwards and find that. And when you get to find the light, it will shine the light onto the darkness that's within you. Because if you see darkness in others, that's the darkness within you. Because we're all mirrors to each other. So when it starts to shine the light on the darkness, you fix the darkness, and then you balance it out and you live in the light. And then you teach others how to do the same. Baby girl, baby boy, woo! That's all it is. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up. All right, peeps. Catch you later.